General Hospital update, twists, truths, and tension in Port Charles, April the 14th to the 25th. As Port Charles rolls into mid-April, its residents find themselves at the crossroads of truth and betrayal, affection and anxiety. The next 2 weeks will bring seismic shifts in relationships, hidden agendas rising to the surface, and the arrival of a mysterious new face with a potentially dangerous past. General Hospital is ready to shake the foundations of its characters' lives, one secret, one lie, and one shocking twist at a time. Willow Tate Corinthos finds herself in emotional freefall after a deeply personal confrontation with Carly Spencer. What began as a simple disagreement turns into a life-altering decision for Willow, one that could ripple out and affect many others in Port Charles. Carly, meanwhile, finds support in an unexpected place, Jack Brennan. Not only does he offer kind words and comfort, but he draws a line in the sand. Carly is not to be messed with, and Jack intends to make sure everyone knows it. Elsewhere, Ava Jerome is convinced she has outmaneuvered Alexis Davis, believing she's finally boxed the attorney into a corner. But Alexis is not so easily subdued. As the tension over Christina Corinthos Davis reaches a boiling point, Alexis begins making moves that even she questions. She wrestles with the morality of her decision to have her daughter committed, despite knowing it might sever the fragile bond she has with Christina and possibly push Molly Lansing Davis to turn against her. On Tuesday, April 15th, change comes to Port Charles in the form of Professor Henry Dalton. Portrayed by Daniel Goddard, the charismatic environmental physics teacher has a warm smile but shadows behind his eyes. It doesn't take long before the town begins whispering about his past, especially since his connection to several Port Charles citizens runs deeper than expected. Elizabeth Baldwin receives heartfelt reassurance from Lucky Spencer, who claims he's ready to stay by her side and be the father figure Aidan Weber deserves. Whether Lucky can deliver on that promise remains to be seen, but Liz isn't ready to trust so easily. Past wounds still linger, and the future is uncertain. Meanwhile, Drew Kane is back to his old tricks, pulling off a quiet scheme that could blow up at any moment. Details remain under wraps, but one thing is clear, his actions won't stay hidden for long. And when the consequences come crashing down, there's no telling who might get caught in the fallout. As if that weren't enough drama, Sonny Corinthos throws a birthday bash for Dante Falconeri, but fans know a celebration in Port Charles rarely goes off without a hitch. With secrets piling up and Sonny hiding the truth about his health, the stage is set for an emotional and possibly explosive reveal. In the week of April the 21st to the 25th, Sonny finally confesses to Carly about his heart condition, shaking her to the core. Surgery looms on the horizon, and Carly may not be able to stand idly by if he refuses to act quickly. Their past, their children, and their unresolved emotions come surging forward in the face of his mortality. Meanwhile, a subtle rivalry begins between Emma Scorpio Drake and Jocelyn Jacks, who both find themselves vying for the same position under the watchful eye of Professor Dalton. Joss, already dealing with stress from her WSB training, may not be prepared for this unexpected academic and emotional competition. Marco Rios and Lucas Jones grow closer, but Lucas remains unaware of the bombshell Marco is hiding, namely, his familial connection to the shady Sidwell. Across town, Sidwell's presence casts an ominous shadow as Sasha Corbin finds herself at a dangerous crossroads. Jason Morgan, ever watchful, is stunned when Sasha refuses his offer of security and financial help. Instead, she accepts funds from Sidwell himself, the very man responsible for her past trauma. Trina Robinson and newcomer Kai Taylor share a moment of fiery connection, though it's unclear if this was a one-time mistake or the beginning of something deeper. Either way, emotions will be tested when past loves and current entanglements collide. As April winds down, Port Charles is anything but calm. With new mysteries, budding rivalries, and dangerous connections weaving through the town like wildfire, one thing's certain: the next chapters will be unforgettable. Stay tuned, because in this town, even the smallest decision can change everything.